Hey Cornerstone, it's Pastor Bryan for your midweek update, and it's an important one, so I'm glad you're here. Last week we did drive-in church. It was a very unique experience, and we thought that we were going to have to do that for 3 weeks. So we were actually able to get permits and reserve that area for 3 weeks, and then we got news on Monday that things were changing and that they were allowing meeting in buildings. So I know that a lot of us were hoping we'll get into our building this week, and the elders have been meeting and talking quite a bit this week, and we just don't feel like we're quite ready for that, partly because the resources we had to order in order to fulfill all the requirements won't even be here for a couple weeks because of them being so backlogged. So with that, we're going to fulfill our park meeting time for the next 2 weeks. So we're going to do it for 3 weeks total last week. In the next 2 weeks, we'll be at the park. Now, we are able to move back to where we usually do church in the park, which is behind Evelynn Bishop Hall. And if you're not sure where that is, if you go to where you went last time and then go on the other side of that building, we'll be there. There's a little cement pad area where we usually set up, and we'll do church back there with camp chairs like we normally do. When you show up, you will not have to stay in your vehicle. You will be able to bring a camp chair with you and set that up. Now, when you arrive, you'll see cones on the ground. The point of those cones are for you to put your chair on top of those cones. That's us doing the measurements and spacing things out to stay within all the requirements we were given to have church in this way. So when you show up and you have a camp chair, set your chair over the top of one of those cones, and they should be spaced out enough. If you have a household of 3 or more, we will have family or household seating for you, and that'll be along the outsides and the back. The reason we're doing that is not because we value you less, it's because there's different family sizes. So if you have a large family, you'll be able to expand out and not crowd in other people and get too close within that 6 feet. So you're going to be on the outside and around the back. So when you show up with your chair, you can put it on the orange cone. And if you're a family and you want one of those areas, we'll have it sectioned off, these little areas for you to put your family in. And the idea is this: we stay 6 feet away from each other, and we're not hugging, kissing, or handshaking. Now, this is so important that we've actually hired professional actors and actresses, and by professional I mean that I'm going to pay them to help us understand if you are struggling to know how do you greet somebody without hugging, handshaking, or a holy kiss. We have people to help you know how to do that. So actors and actresses, please come up here. Let me introduce to you Gavin Campbell here. He has been acting for 11 seconds now, and he is going to do a great job. This is Sophia. You've actually seen her probably before, and maybe in another secret children's update coming up. We'll have to see about that. So she's been acting for a total of 48 hours. What are you doing? This is one of the things that we don't do. We don't spit on ourselves. That's one of the things the CDC said is not good. Okay, so what we're going to do is, these are a couple ways for you to greet each other without actually breaking a 6-foot social distance barrier or touching each other. So the first thing we are going to recommend is an air high five. Please show us the air high five. That is perfect. That's exactly how it's done. A little bit more distance would be even better. And the dog is sniffing CJ. Show him the dog. We're actually shooting this video at my house because the ladies are out shopping together, and we're trying to make use of our time. The other way that you can greet each other is by the dude nod. Show us the dude nod. Just like that. The other one is the long distance hug. Show them the long distance hug. Just like that. You really want to hug them, but we just can't yet. For a couple more weeks, we're going to have to do this, okay? So when you show up, thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Perfect. Okay. So, when you show up there, you will go behind Evelynn Bishop Hall, and there will be, we ask that you not be touching each other, stay 6 feet away from each other, and you can still say hi to each other and do the air high five, long distance hug, and the dude nod if you would like. In addition, we will have masks there. Now, you don't have to wear a mask to be at this service. We're just providing those for those who would feel more comfortable having a mask or have forgotten their mask. Our parking attendants, the people that are expected to interact with you, will be wearing a mask. If you hear the heavy breathing, that's not CJ, that is the dog. As far as the offering goes, we are doing our best to provide a way for us to do that on site as well. So we'll explain that while we're there. And in the end, if you want to go to the service, here's what you need to know. We ask that you guys stay 6 feet away from each other and sit where we've identified chairs to be, which will be 6 feet apart from each other. Also, if you do not have a camp chair or any sort of chair to bring with you, we will have sanitized chairs there for you. We just don't have enough for everybody, so if you have a chair, please bring it with you. For this week and next week, our plan is to be at Howard Park behind Evelynn Bishop Hall at 9 a.m. doing church there. After that, our plan is on June 17th to be able to be in our building, meeting all the requirements there, and we will be giving a bigger update then about how we're going to make that happen. For now, it'll be church in the park for 2 weeks, and we're looking forward to it. It'll be good to see you there. And if you have any questions, please reach out to CJ on his personal cell phone number. Or you can reach him at his email address, cj@cornerstoneione.org. All right, we love you guys. We care about you, and we'll see you this Sunday. Penny, leave. All right, go. I'm done with you. Skedaddle.